Well, this is only about the second time I've used this. Now, there's a load of stuff here on the side. It says say something. But of course, I haven't got an audience. It's not pointless. Uh, say something. Well, I'll say what I'm about to say. IMF. IMCF. Now, my name's Graham Clark. I've recently won £500,000 on a Facebook lottery. Now, I've been with quite a bit of trouble with this. I've had 3 attempts. You're meant to pay a fee, right? I don't know if this is to do with tax or what, but all told, let's see, I think it's £1,100 I've paid. Yeah. And so I do this and I go to pick this up. Well, I've won £500,000 plus a fantastic Toyota car, one of the latest designs. 8-person, I think they call it an SUV, Highlander. Beautiful car, anyway. And I could do it. I'm having that sent to Phuket in Thailand because I'm about to go and retire now with £500,000. I've got a Thai lady that I was supposed to have married 6 months ago, but we split up. I came back to England and I'm afraid I ended up in £10,000 in debt. Not because we were high polluting and living. Far from it. We ate street food. We're in a very simple apartment. What's it, 500 baht, I think, which is £10 a night. Nice, clean, but it just had a nice big bed, a shower room, and we had a TV in there. We didn't watch that much, because I didn't, so I can't understand Thai. But and so that was us. But unfortunately, a couple of her relatives. Well, I bought a scooter for myself, but I was going to obviously leave that. And then I bought someone's daughter a scooter. It's about over £1,000 each. And probably a couple of more things. I was buying people iPads as well. I was actually in a roundabout way promoting a charity that on and off I've been trying to start, which is now called Black Unicorn. But in its original incarnation, it was called the Theatre of Unemployment. And Margaret Thatcher, it shows you that's going back a while, actually submitted the Theatre of Unemployment to the Charity Commission, and it won charitable status. I got the documents forwarded back, a nice covering letter informing that now I've got to get the office bearers together, resubmit it, and it could be obviously a charity because we didn't need to touch anything and it'd already been approved. But anyway, since that day until now, it's never happened. One thing and another, got sidetracked, but now I've got £500,000 to retire to. I'm definitely going to get a little house together here, bungalow, because of bad leg. And me and Om, if you still have me, that's what I call her Om, are going to get married. But then I've got an instant family. I haven't only got Om's children. She's got about 4 daughters. But I've adopted various people from around the world who are like my goddaughters. I've got Matty, who's from the Philippines, and she's just been through all this storms and stuff. And her present state, they've got no electricity. She's actually got diarrhea. Nice topic this time morning. No, but I mean, imagine having diarrhea, 4 kids, and there's no light. There's no electricity. Anyway, I've been going at my wit's end because here I am, a man that's just won £500,000, which you could surely see in and a car, like I say, a beautiful car, which is being shipped to Phuket Airport, or supposedly, because this is where the problems now start. After 3 attempts of trying to send quite a bit of money, 7 and 5, that's £1,100, if I'm right. was actually 12, but anyway, yeah, £1,200. And this has left me as a pensioner skint. But think about it, I'm being told I either pay this fee or I could lose 500,000. So I have paid the fee, but it has left me in quite dire straits. No money because I only get paid every 2 weeks. But blow me down, has it not even escalated further now? The lady overseeing this winnings is a lady called Kate Tim, who is a Facebook employee. At least I hope she is, because she's never videoed me, even though I've asked numerous times. So she could be an imposter pretending that it is her. But anyway, we'll worry about that if that happens. But my latest now thing is, after waiting days to get my money off the ground because it's stuck, because they hadn't received the fees because it was stopped by Western Union. So after 3 attempts, we suddenly click and we go back to the original method, which is you buy Amazon cards. They're worth £100 each. You take them out of their box and they're activated from the till. But then there's a little scraper thing, so you can't see the sum until you've actually taken the card out, and like a scratch board, and then there's a number revealed there. And apparently if you send that number to someone, they can actually access the cash anywhere in the world. So I did that. I sent off 7 of these coded numbers for these 7 cards and was hoping, well, that's it now. You know, I finally got that together after being effed about by Western Union. Then I find, after waiting a couple of days, you know, starting to get quite concerned now, was told, oh, don't worry, Graham, we'll have this sold and we'll give you tracking information. So I thought, well, once I've got that, that's it, you know, actual information of how I can track the 2 parcels. Oh, one of them, this is the other thing I didn't like, the £500,000 is going to be sent as cash, not as a wire transfer, which again, when I did suggest that, was still told I've got to pay £800. But what the fuck? Because, you know, what's a wire transfer? Well, most banks will charge a few quid. But no, so I started to get a bit concerned at that juncture. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, sweaty bollocks. Just goes to show this seat isn't. Ah, there, see. Oh, yeah. So now, right up to date with Friday, 10 minutes past midnight. So we've only just entered into Friday. And I don't get my money till Tuesday. So I am now, as I sit before you, skint, and have been skint for days. But somehow, with a blessing of God, I've ended up going to this cafe place. Well, it's not, it's in a shopping mall in Elgin. I actually live in Llanbride, but Elgin, anyone knows the Elgin bus station. And you've got a Subway. Oh, do I love fresh bread. And I get what's called, they do a breakfast special. So it's just sausages, eggs, and a bit of bacon. And normally when I had money, I'd have the whole 12-inch thing. It's delicious, you know. Well, anyone who's had a Subway knows fresh bread. And I had to cut my cloth the last few days and only have a 6-inch thing. And sometimes not even that. You can get a drink of, I got a free drink because the machine had packed up, but you could still get iced water, which I actually instantly love because fizzy drinks are not supposed to be that good for you. So I had the iced water and a 6-inch sort of thing with just a little bit of cheese and a couple of bits of tomato. £1.20, right down to the lowest of the low, right? And there's this lovely lady that's been coming. I've been helping and ministering to her, actually. She's undergoing a bit of stuff, but she's about to go through a quite good change in her life. Apparently, her husband has been ordered to pay her money, and she's going to get quite a bit of money backdated, enough for her to start something. We took a couple of options. She likes animals. I said, well, you could set up a little dog's home, where and it would become like a charity where you take stray dogs in, but you feed them up and get them all healthy, and then you find them new owners. And you can do that with cats. It's not such a big problem around it. In Thailand, it is. Lots of dogs just get dumped. In fact, the local wat that I used to go to, called Nairn Han, which is right near Rari. Anyone that knows Phuket, it's right on the southern tip, as far south as you can go. But Nairn Han is actually owned by a wat. So it's holy land. And I've earmarked Nairn Han, because I consider it a cosmic power point, a fantastic place to install mikvahs. Now, mikvahs are, I believe, a Jewish tradition, but it's not baptizing. It's actually washing you in the water's got to be special, not prepared, but it's got to be fresh water. And there's all these things. And the mikvah itself is like a little cell that you go in, you undress, you must take your jewelry off and everything before, and then you walk down into it. And you say prayers, used to say, but it's significant is to wash the aura clean and to ask for healing. And this particular Nairn Han wat is a very interesting wat. It's got Hindu deities there. A 5-headed Ganesh. I might have got that wrong, could be 7. But that's certainly not a traditional Buddhist deity. But that is Buddhism for you. They're really accommodating to other types of spiritual path. That's why I'm a Buddhist double over. I'm a Tibetan Buddhist, and my virtue name's Gampa, which means loving kindness, and that's my email address, gampa77@gmail.com. I've also I've studied the free world range of religions. I've been into Krishna consciousness, which is, if you like, a version of Hinduism. Well, it is, basically. It's back to yoga, but it is a form of Hinduism. Yeah. And then, of course, I've got my Christian connections where I was a member of the Jesus Fellowship Church. I couldn't believe this, for nearly 30 years. But in that time, I've taken, obviously baptized, but then I've taken what's called ministries for ministries. And this took place on the 3rd of March, 1988. And at that date, I was formally given the virtue name of Lifebringer, which only now have I recently adopted via deed poll. So I have got my name as Graham Lifebringer or Graham Clark Lifebringer, leaving the Clark because Clark means priest. So it's a special, all words have significance. And I'm also a laird, which I've never used, but now I am. I've been a landowner now, 1/4 of an acre, more than enough for me to put a home on. The only restriction is it must be a home that you can take down. Of course, all these primitive people, your Mongolians use a thing which is like a round building, but you can heat it. The Native Americans, teepee, see again, it's a round thing. It's actually like a pyramid. Probably go for one of them. You can buy the kits, you buy the canvas, and then you just have to have so many poles, but it will take, well, I know it's gone now. Oh no, right, I haven't gone on to that. Right, so I've definitely got one lottery of 500,000, but then I've come across apparently another lottery that I've won, and this is a far better option. I was actually ripped off for £2.5 million and a Mercedes-Benz by a character calling himself, I always have to look, this is like a mental block, a and he was connected with Western Union, and I exposed him, but it's too late. I paid him money, and then when I thought I could get it back, the police didn't want to know because he's based in America, you see. And I thought that I was really safe because you actually, when you do American Express, not American Express, you get the name and the address of the person who the money is being sent to. But it's a false security because, like I say, the police here don't want to know. And so I lost £900 to this character. But also, I've got the money. Well, I haven't got it yet. I'm going to take it to court because I was promised that I'd won, like I say, £2.5 million and this car. And that's all on email messages, that's a fact. And he's got his unusual name, which I'm finding in a minute. I ought to write this down. If I go careful now. Talk amongst yourselves, as they say. And I'm intending to track this individual down. I can use a private investigator, and the best people for that are Hell's Angels, because they have a respect and a thing, and they just go and see someone like with this, right, I want to know who such and such and such is. If an angel demands to know, they know that something's afoot. There's laws that you don't cross. For instance, it's really considered sancti-sanct if someone steals your motorbike. And even more sancti-sanct if they're stealing the motorbike just to get your number plate. So the rest of the bike's just chopped up for parts. But it really is amongst bikers, that's the lowest of the low, to actually rip off another bike of his bike. So he won't remain anonymous long. Oh, come on, Graham. I bet I've passed it. I ought to write this on my forehead, don't I, really? Got it. So the man who ripped me off for A900, because that's the fee I paid, but also £2.5 million plus a Mercedes-Benz, was a man called peter.black62@yahoo.com. Now, he is actually a marked man because I followed through all this stuff and went right back to, there's a company called American Dreams. And what it does is it caters to people who have a dream. So you go through like a quiz and a competition, and you talk about what you'd really like to win if you could. Dream. That's it, American Dream. And then months later, you may have even forgot about it. You'll suddenly get an email informing you have won something. And then you'll, guess what, told it's the fishing boat that you've been wanting. So you're really as chuffed as anything, and you've got to pay some money to be able to retrieve your winnings. Anyway, with mine, it went a bit sour because the Western Union were refusing to. I'll be blacknesses. So after 3 attempts of trying to send money to pay these fees for the £500,000 win, we come right up to date now, and the situation is now that I'm told the IMF have intercepted my parcel. That's the International Monetary Fund, and they want £500. £200 is for the agent's hotel fees. What? So I have sent an email come letter to, I found out who the head of the IMF is. It's a woman. And I've just wrote a note saying that I have been spammed and who the person was. And if it is possible to retrieve my money, I'd very much appreciate it. Now, a person like that, he's a professional. The money probably was banked. And as for the car, well, he'd have used the car, but he probably still has got the car. And what you do is Hell's Angels, who are moving in what you call recovery work, they're smart. They have a uniform. They might still wear the odd flash. And they might have long hair, but it's clean and whatever. And they'll go and visit someone and tell them straight, well, according to our records, you ripped off Graham Clark for £2.5 million on the 29th of October. And you also ripped him off for $900. What are you going to do about it? That's the Who. What you going to do about it? Ding. No, it's actually Small Faces. Ding, 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 ding. And of course, what you going to do about it? Anyway, I digress. Well, I'm also a bit of a comedian. And my intentions are when I get to Thailand, I'm not just going to sit on my ass and just eat away at the £500,000 that I've got, because you could, even so, if daughters, well, they're not daughters, see. No, I'm going to be very strict. They appreciate that. I'm not just going to be lovingly giving to whatever. I want all these dresses, I want all this shit, and go and have my hair done 3 times a week. No fucking way. It's God's money, you see, and I've been entrusted with it to start this charity and perhaps any other ideas that come my way. So I haven't finished my spiel. So this man, what we say, Jake, come on, Graham, good God. It's like a fraudulent. Oh, Peter Black. So it's Peter.Black62 at yahoo.com. And apparently this offence happened on October the 29th, not sure the year. And it was, so like I say, £2.5 million and a Mercedes Benz, which needless to say, I never got. And so the officers of a perfectly legitimate company, debt collection agency, will come and visit and speak with Mr. Peter, whatever, and ask him what you're intending to do to pay Mr. Clark back. And of course, if he hasn't got the cash, they'll say, well, you need to pay him so many £1,000 a week. And we'll set up a direct debit. And as long as you never interfere with that, you're all right. But if you do and you haven't died, because that could be a thing, so you can get run over by a bus, then the deal would terminate, I think. Actually, it would, but we could get around that anyway. We just fly as a couple, a newlywed couple. And anyone else could fly separate to us, and they could drag things out. But I can't no longer fly, especially long distance, in all these tight, because they're all small for me, little economy seats. No, you can get what it calls business class. And it means you get leg room, you get waitresses. I'm not saying all the time, but I never sleep on a flight. Big adrenaline buzz for me. And to have some music, but also someone to constantly give you drinks. I need that because of my diabetes, right? I do drink my full, that's my drinking mug. I'm whacking big. That's actually got grapefruit juice in it, but I can water that down. I do take some juice, but I generally water it down. Don't drink fruit juice neat. So the second competition I've won. So there is this 2.5 million that may get recovered, or some of it. Right, even if I get a direct debit set up. And the Angels will work that out themselves because they get a commission on whatever they recover. So if they go there and he owes me 2.5, but he's got 50,000, take that and that'll be written off the bill, and they work out some means of it to continue to pay me money, which is good for me because when you go to the Thai government, you haven't just got this big figure deposited in your account, but you've got proof of a regular source of income coming in. So I'm no trouble getting a year or even a 5-year visa now. And they have multi-access to them. You can come and go as many times as you want. I haven't slept much, see, because of all this stuff. Imagine it. I haven't finished that story. After all I've been through, I'm now told the IMF have seized my parcel and that there's going to be charges, and one of them are really, £200 towards the agent's bed and breakfast fee. So what I've done is all this, and I've also done a video to various other people, Theresa May, and I'm very confident that was going to bear fruit, as we would say. And I will get my £500,000, and if I can then still have to pay this £800, I will, if that's the law of the land. But there'll be some common sense in it, and not me struggling on nothing and trying to sell my equipment off at ridiculously low prices. So now I ran a recording studio, but it's a digital studio, and we had the best. I got an inheritance of £300,000, and this is quality gear. That's £1,500, that unit, and it's a genuine Roland made in Japan, not a Chinese copy. And that can be connected up to any what you call MIDI keyboard. So it's just a controller, really, but it will work with any MIDI. Excuse me. So let's have a look. I've done how I was scammed for £2.5 million and a Mercedes. As far as I'm concerned, I'm owed that. A man's word is his bond. Although in some countries they seem to have lost all that and will just say, tough shit, mate. Well, I'm hoping that the officer I get allocated to me isn't like that at all. And he will, to the utmost of his ability, secure the bird feeding area. They've got 3 trays, a water thing, which they love to go in and wash and also drink. So they've got everything they need. And generally the whole bush is just full of sparrows. But they know me and they don't all immediately fly up. Oh, yawning. So I've now found that the IMF supposedly have put a hold on my parcel, and that I've got to pay them, well, total is £500. Well, I do smell a rat, so I'm not going to do that, but I am going to ask that we're moved to a better sort of holiday, hospital, should I say, for this. I think we could spend our last years together with her in hospital. Although I try my utmost to get her released, but I've got to get her home together, and that's where her lovely daughter, who it does stand out, she's very beautiful, stunningly beautiful, and she'd easily make a model, just helping businessmen sell their product. Yeah, couldn't be more simple. But the Jap, which means chicken in Thai, it's an abbreviation of a long name, but I actually re-nicked it Om in Primal Sound, see? And it's funny because I can move into overtone. Again, see, I've been trained. God knows how many months I've been in other lives, as a monk. But yeah, if you move into overtone, I've got to watch it. So 12:30, and they will hear it, so I'm not going to do it. I can do it quietly, but it's not the same. I mean, Om, Om, Om. the prayer to go, that blessed Father God, I ask that this whole situation with Facebook will be covered in the power of the blood of Christ, and that all those that have been hurt and affected by this project, myself included, be released from any feelings of negativity, unself-worth, etc., and that I be given the confidence I deserve to be. For a young woman who's moving into her prime. And she's a very intelligent lady, and I sort of earmarked her when I visited last. Well, because she likes going out with her mother, there's a strong connection there, that, she drives us out into the wilderness. And she's got her own card. I've already got that. Says that there'll be a credit card, meaning it's left in the car. And if there's anybody else that drives it, well, it'll be me. And there will be Sarapek, I think is how I pronounce it. But it could be other people. Because the insurance will be like that, any driver. I'm a big family man. Like I say, this car is an 8-seater. But then you can fold all the seats flat. And you've got a very spacious double bedding area to sleep. What you could do, because it's got sat-nav, is you suss out where all the 24-hour supermarkets are. So they're a very safe place for you to park up, because they've all got light, and they've probably got cameras monitoring as well. And you'll get food. So, because they're 24 hours open. So it's perfect for somebody who's on a lie hike, and we just rest up for the night until it gets dawn again. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, told it. Well, I've still got the aftershock of the flu, but this has got natural vitamin C, grapefruit juice, maybe acid-y sort of drink. And that's nice. Initially, when I put the vitamin C in, I overdid it. It's got a little channel thing, but the line is just like that, not even quarter way up. And this is just acid, because vitamin C is a form of acid, citric acid. So it's also a preservative, but it's been under the pyramid. As I say, I do that with all my medicines and the water. I'll turn that telly off. There's no need for that telly, as long as I can get to the... there it is. Well, we need to turn back the front. We just turn the... That's it. See, it's lost the marker. This is a new, but it doesn't hold its charge. Oh no, what have I done? Hold on. Oh yeah, power. Can't see for looking. That's it. Enter rest mode. That's it. Let it turn itself off, and then you finally just turn. That's it. That's it all off. And that can go around there to be charged up in a minute. But you see, it does need it. That's a shame, but they just don't hold the charge. And I don't abuse it, because I don't play games on it. Oh no. My left side buttocks. Oh, hold on. That's all right. It just hasn't turned itself off. That's right. Well, we could end this actually, because I'm busting up a wee, and it's not significant. So I'll once again put out an appeal that I'm very concerned about this latest involvement with the IMF. I've sent a little message to the head of IMF, giving a brief outline of the problem, naming the Facebook personality. That's Kate Tim, who that is actually her job, is to oversee big winnings like this, and you're allocated an officer. And there's only 20 of us, apparently. So you weren't just the only one who'd won $500,000. There was a batch of 20, and all the others did, I noticed. Some of them you could have got an ATM card, specially made up, probably got your photograph in it, so it's really safe. And it's just all the money's put on this card, which could be a way of portability. Yeah, you don't even have to use a land-based bank. Yeah, it's all electronically stored. Still, that's the technology we have. I didn't go for that version. The other option was, would I like to fly to California to pick? Of course, I boo-hooed that. I thought, well, no, the temptation would be too much, Graham. You'll end up in some stupid gambling casino with a load of hookers fluttering around, because obviously it gets out you're a man of wealth and taste, and you'd blow that. Oh yeah, in California, where they've got these ridiculously priced rooms with gold and diamond shit, you know what I mean? Just absolutely over the top. But that's what some people are like. They just say, well, you know, I haven't earned it and I'll just go and have a good blowout. Fucking hell. No, me, it's the exact opposite. This is money that has given me an opportunity to do things which I couldn't do because I didn't have money. We'll get the charity started, even if it's just a local little branch, and we start putting on small entertainment events. I will try and get a manager when I get to Thailand to promote me to get work as a cosmic. I call myself a cosmic comedian. So I do swear. It's called 18 plus as well. And just as an added thing, I'll come up with this idea of 18 plus plus a moron. So in other words, if you want to attend one of my events, you've obviously got to be over 18, but also it's advised that you're accompanied by a moron. Right? But it temporarily frees me from any back pressure because I do have a good go at the Roman Catholic Church. I am convinced that Mary Magdalene should have been and what was who Jesus would have chosen to continue his work. But we all know what happened. The men got together and they elected Peter. Not a good choice because it's actually, I did an agape based on the Garden of Gethsemane and I was clearly moving in the spirit. And when I enacted Jesus's part of he's just saying, well, I've got to go and be crucified, but I will raise this body up in 3 days and all that. And it was Peter who started to freak out and tell him, don't be so silly. You don't want to do that. You want to do this and that. And it's all options to do with taking up the sword and violence. So Jesus rebuked the devil within Peter. Because he was actually being used by the powers of darkness to thwart the divine plan. So that's my brother. That's quite sad, though. He committed suicide. And it's because marijuana was a religion to him. And he wouldn't take synthetic drugs. You see, he'd found something that helped normalise him, but not a nasty drug. So he was quite an avid taker. Oh, I've just got a bit of an itch. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, feet are a bit, because I've got like a slight flu. I don't know if you've had flu and your feet feel funny. There's quite a few hookers that are hustling for trade. Bless them. I've never done that. When I was having sex with some of the masseurs, it wasn't a lot either. There's only about 3 relationships, but it's an unwritten rule. You know, we are partners. She'd come home and I'd get her home and it's her home. You follow me? So she's doing the wifey bit. And we were going to get married. We made that decision. Yeah, we get married when I come back. But long story short is, it finished at £10,000 in debt. And I didn't know how I was going to really pay that off because I'd already taken a loan on this house. So if I ever was to sell it, I'd lose because I've got to pay off all the interest and whatever of the company that gave us a loan on the value of the house, if you follow me. So that's that. But I think I will carry on with my car. All right, it's right. Thank you. Right, I go back to the second lottery that I've won. So the first is rain's frozen. Come on, Graham. Peter. The first is peter.black62@gmail.com. Now, this character not only deprived me of £900, but he also deprived me of a computer. Oh, let's get this right. Yeah, it's a bit more complicated, years. It always is. Of a cartoon characters, and they, I think it's not Scooby Doo, but something similar. And there's these famous characters, and they are like a big comedy team. But I can't think of them. There you go. But it's brilliant, the film. I like action adventures film. There's quite a few new ones on there now. A lot of them had a lot of special effects in them because they've got a man dressed up in a suit, but he's actually looks like a giant compared to us. You know, we're the midgets in this sort of stuff. Yeah, I am. I'm starting to crack. I wish I'm going to bed. All right. I think I've done everything I needed to do. Mentioned that I possibly won 2 lots of lottery, one for £500,000 and a car, a Highlander car, the other for £2.6 million. Cash, that's a cash sum, and then £6,000 a week for life. That's a tidy sum. And with that, there's a vehicle, there's 2 vehicles. There's the car that has the 4 circles, Audi, like an Audi saloon. But then there's also a 4-wheel drive thingy, because that's what a lot of people use in America. And that's the second prize. But I was going to be losing money from the first prize to liberate this second prize. It's all plotted out. I've booked a hotel for the 8th of October, only for 12 nights, because we will obviously secure a visa, and I can either get a year-long one or a 5-year one or even a 10-year. I'm sure I'd qualify for all of them. And it is just me and Jap. Although there are children living in the home, they haven't been formally adopted. You get me? So I'm not legally bound to keep them, but I'm a good sorry, you can see that's why I need to go to bed, because I'm falling apart here. I think we ended this, haven't we? I don't know what I'm doing there. Oh, no, it's still going. It's still going. End stream, done it.